Today we're talking about Forex Recipes VIP, Abdul's flagship community, and the most complete program he offers to the public.
So as of this recording, it's $8,500 a year paid up front. And Abdul, my understanding is that price is going up. We'll get to that. First, let's start simple. What is VIP?
VIP is a private community where like-minded people learn how to read price, and we focus on ICT concepts and learn about how price is delivered through the IPTA algorithm, the Inner Price Delivery Algorithm.
Walk me through what someone actually gets. Day to day, week to week, what does VIP membership look like?
Let me first talk about what it is not. It is not a signal service. It's not a place where you come to look for trades to get in. It's a place where you come to learn how price is delivered. Just imagine for a moment if you knew what to look for to know what you need to see to enter into a market, and you knew the time of when that setup is going to occur, and you also knew what price is reaching for. Just imagine the advantages you would have and the opportunities that would open for you in the markets with that knowledge. I do publish a weekly analysis video, which sets the tone for the upcoming week on the direction I believe the market is headed. And then throughout the week, each day, I publish a daily bias video, which gives students and members an idea of the direction that I expect price to deliver.
You mentioned daily bias, weekly bias, intraday commentary. For someone who isn't a trader, what does that mean in plain terms, and why does it matter?
Ultimately, the goal is for an individual to be able to do this independently. And so I like to walk students through my process of analyzing the market and how I identify key levels, how I determine where I believe price is headed for the upcoming week, and try and forecast what that weekly, single week candle is going to look like. And so that's a bigger picture weekly view. Then I break that down each day with a daily bias so that traders know what direction I'm expecting the market to go in on that particular day.
Part of the offer is direct access to you. How does that work, and how is it different from being one of thousands of people in a free Discord?
Firstly, I limit the number of people that can join the community for that exact reason, because I want to make sure I have enough time to be able to respond to all of the members. Secondly, right now, you have to go through an application process before you can actually join. That's to make sure the right people join and they are committed to the learning process. And finally, it's an open community for all members to be able to not just connect and communicate with me, but to connect and communicate with other like-minded people, other students who are also learning. Some are further ahead than others, and we are all like a family and help each other out.
Who is VIP built for? Paint me a picture of the person this is actually designed for.
VIP is for people who are serious about learning and executing at a high level. It's not for people looking for signals or shortcuts or overnight results. It's for traders who study consistently, can handle accountability, who understand trading is a skill, it's not gambling, and are willing to invest in themselves instead of making excuses.
Okay, now I want to push back. $8,500 paid up front, all at once. Most people don't have that kind of money lying around.
And that's why VIP is not for most people. It's for the person who is ready to invest in themselves. And for that person, $8,500 is peanuts. Now, from the results of students in the program, most of them are able to recover their initial investment in the first few weeks.
Why annual and upfront? Why not monthly, so someone can leave if it isn't working for them?
This is a mindset issue. There's no guarantees in life. And I know that if I offer some kind of a backup plan or some kind of a backdoor or some kind of an escape plan, then that is a lack of commitment by the student. So I want that type of a student who is 100% committed to his or her own success. I know my strategy works, and I have proven to myself that I can teach it to others, and have seen others use the strategy to become consistently profitable. And there are many students who have also been funded. So it's not a question of if the strategy works. It's a question of commitment by anyone who wishes to learn how this stuff works.
The trading education space is full of people selling courses who can't actually trade. Why are you different?
This is a great question, and the people have to do their own research and judge for themselves to identify which is the right mentor for them. I post a lot of my trades on YouTube from the entry to the exit, and also provide a lot of educational material also on my YouTube channel. And many of my students have provided testimonials who have gone through the program, and it's a industry that has had a lot of negativity surrounding it. And so people need to do their own research, make their own judgment, and there's no doubt in my mind that a person needs a mentor to be able to succeed in any industry. Otherwise, that person is going to be learning from trial and error, which takes a lot longer and costs a lot more in the long run.
You show big numbers. How does anyone watching know those trades are real and not cherry-picked?
The numbers are irrelevant because the numbers are relative to an individual's account size. If I'm making $10,000 profit on a particular trade, that's because I have a certain amount of funds in my trading account that allows me to risk a certain amount to make a specific return on that risk. Now, when it comes to cherry picking trades, number one, I don't publish all of my trades on YouTube because that's for my students. The public is not entitled to those breakdowns. And so, as I said before, it's a judgment that individuals need to make, and they need to do their own research to identify the right mentor to work with them to teach them what it is that they want to learn.
If your system works as well as you say, why teach it at all? Why not just trade it quietly and keep it to yourself?
Teaching forces me to refine my models. It also sharpens my own execution and understanding. I also believe real value comes from building people, not just making money in silence, as you say. If I can shorten someone's learning curve by years and help them avoid the mistakes I made, that's meaningful. And from a business perspective, it allows me to build a brand, a community, and an ecosystem around the skill set I've developed over time, rather than relying only on trading income. If you go and study the wealthiest people in the world, you will see that they have multiple sources of income. And so this is why I also don't rely only on my trading income.
Is there someone that should not join VIP? Who is this a waste of money for?
You shouldn't join if you are desperate for money. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. There's a learning process, there's work that needs to be done, and it takes commitment and discipline. So if you're looking for money, you're desperate for money, you don't have money, then you need to work on your mindset before you join this type of program.
Someone's been trading 3 years and lost money every year. Mm-hmm. What makes you think your community fixes that?
That's an easy one. Most traders, they don't follow a mechanical system. They get in when they feel like the market's going in a particular direction. They have no system. There are 3 things you need to know. Number 1, you need to know what your setup looks like. Number 2, you need to be able to identify what direction the market is headed. And number 3, you need to know what time your setup will form. If you have that knowledge and you've practiced that over and over and over again, and you've seen your setup reoccur at the same time, on the same day, around the same levels, then it becomes repetition.
How much time does someone realistically need to put in for this to be worth $8,500? A lot of people watching have full-time jobs.
That really depends on the individual. However, I recommend that the minimum amount of time one should invest in learning this stuff is at least 1 hour per day.
You've told me the price is scheduled to rise over the coming months. Someone watching might hear that as pressure. Why is it going up, and what does that actually mean for someone deciding today?
Price will continue to rise because I'm constantly adding value into the program, and I am looking for a specific type of person to mentor who's committed, who's dedicated, who wants to learn, and has what it takes. Price at some point in the future will be 10 times more what it is right now to join.
Last one. Someone joins VIP today and does the work. What does their trading look like a year from now?
The price to join is an investment in oneself, and I expect that the return on an individual's investment is 10x.
If you've been watching Abdul's trades and you want the full picture, daily bias, the breakdowns, direct access, the link is in the description.